I think it's a good time to talk about all the new cards we know about in Mega Rising, kind of where we expect them to be in the meta, and I'm going to give you my early rating on them, and we'll see how right I am. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Actually, I've never been wrong. What? Never been right? I can't be right. Let's start with our pack famous Mega EX Pokemon. We have Mega Altaria EX, 190 HP, Mega Harmony, able to do 40 damage, plus 30 more damage for each of your benched Pokemon. Psychic is a pretty good type, especially with things like Sylveon. It'll be easy to draw through a lot of your cards and get this out very quickly. It will also be easy to do a lot of damage because it only requires 2 energy. 190 HP might not be enough depending on some of the stuff you're going to run into. I mean, Genetic Apex Char could come right back and start taking out these Megas, but I do think Mega Altaria is in a pretty decent position. One thing that's tough is you do have to have a full bench, so this means you probably haven't lost points yet, even though you absolutely could have. I'm going to give this one 3.5 coin flips out of 5. Next, Mega Gyarados EX, 210 HP, 140 damage for 4 energy, which is kind of light. However, I love the ability behind this attack. Discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. There's no question that you are going to set this up and you're going to absolutely destroy things with it. You'll red card or Mars your opponent, their cards will go back into their deck, and then all of a sudden the Mega Blaster will destroy their world. This could make some really cool plays. I also think this is a big ask. Right now, I'm gonna give this 3 coin flips. Next, Mega Blaziken EX, 210 HP. It is a stage 2. The other 2 obviously that we've talked about are stage 1s. However, with Rare Candy, is anything a stage 2? Mega Burning allows you to discard a fire energy from this Pokemon, but your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. 120 damage. To me, this is the best of the 3 pack Megas that we have seen. 120 damage for 2 energy with no other requirements except getting rid of 1 of your energy. And there's another card that will help this pretty soon. To me, this is a 4.5 coin flips out of 5. Next, we have Mega Pinsir EX, 170 HP for a basic, critical scissors, 80 damage, and if you flip a coin and it's heads, you do 70 more. This also requires 3 energy. There are a ton of cards that help grass types. You think of Leaf Cape. Of course, you could pair this with something like Will. There are some cool things going on with this, and you could even pair this with a baby to get that 1 colorless energy you need. However, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is an amazing Mega card. I mean, you lose this 1 Pinsir and you lose the entire game. It's not swinging for that much. I think this one's maybe 2 coin flips for me. Mega Absol, another basic, 170 HP, 2 dark energy allowing you to attack for 80 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand, chooses a support, you choose a supporter card that's in there, and you discard it. Hilarious, amazing, probably not the most meta thing, but I cannot wait to build it. Like, my excitement for this card is a 5. The value of this card is probably a 3. Mega Ampharos, another stage 2, 210 HP, so able to survive just about anything in the game. Lightning Lancer is its attack. For 3 energy, you do 100 damage, and 1 of your opponent's bench Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times. For each time it was chosen, do 20 damage to it. This is... You know, I would actually be expecting this to do more. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like 100 damage for 3 energy is pretty light. It's one of the tough things about like a 3 energy attack. When you look at something like Gengar, it is also a really tanky Pokemon that does 100 damage. This does do more, of course, to the bench, but it does 100 damage and it has an ability attached to it. Unfortunately, I think Mega Ampharos is probably close to 2 coin flips for me. Moving on to some other Pokemon, we have Jirachi here, 50 HP, 1 Psychic Energy to do 30 damage to 1 of your opponent's Pokemon. Not bad for some Psychic decks, obviously able to deal some damage, KO something like a Magikarp, and it can attack the active spot, which is really nice. I'm gonna say it's like a 3 out of 5. It seems like a decent card. The new Pidgey coming doesn't really mean much to me. It's actually a bad Pidgey, I would say. I'd probably give this 1 out of 5. It's too colorless to do 30 damage. Seems kind of useless, but it does mean things could be coming in this set to make the Pidgey line very, very good. So excitement level, 4. Value of this card, -4. The new Magikarp, 30 HP with 3 energy. Waterfall Evolution puts a random card from your deck that evolves from this Pokemon onto this Pokemon and evolve it. Now, if it didn't put it on this Pokemon and just put it in your hand, this would be hot garbage. However, this allows you to power up this Magikarp, bring it into the active spot, use this ability, and put Mega Gyarados out into play. Or actually, even another Gyarados from your hand. There are other ways you could go with this, right? I think this will be pretty good, but you might still be playing Leap Out Magikarp just so you get it out of that active spot. I'm going to give this one 3 coin flips out of 5. We have Combuskin that we have seen, a blurry version of it. 2 energy to do high jump kick, 50 damage. Not terrible, might help you in some of these decks so you can deal with Oricorio and things like that, but you won't see too much of this card, right? So I would say this is a 2 out of 5. Swablu, the new Swablu, for 1 colorless, sing, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. You're guaranteeing a sleep, and then next turn you can start fighting with Mega Altaria. Not too bad. 3 out of 5. Next we have Frou-Frou, Frou-Frou, and Frou-Frou. 80 HP, 2 colorless energy to do 50 damage, and you take minus 20 from attacks. This actually might not be too bad of a wall. It's another one of those cards that you could slot into decks to help deal with things like Oricorio, and taking the minus 20 from attacks just could be something nice to have out there while you're setting up your bench. I'm gonna give this one 3.5 coin flips. Almost gave it 4. What am I, crazy? Our item card, the Flame Patch. Attach a fire energy from your discard pile to your active Pokemon. This is an unbelievably good card. I'm giving this 4.5 coin flips out of 5. I mean, this is the ability Flareon EX has in a card. There are so many cards that could benefit from this. Not only things like Blaziken and, Genetics Apex Charizard, but other decks where you have multicolored energy and they end up getting discarded. Like, this just makes those so much better. Yeah, this looks like a really, really good card. Citrus Berry, a new tool. At the end of each turn, if this Pokemon has half of its maximum HP or less, heal 30 damage from it. If you do, discard this card. This one is interesting. It actually might be kind of decent, even though it reads to be fine. There are some cards that I think could pair well with this, especially something that ends up damaging itself, or you recognizing that you're going to hit your opponent, they're going to have a rocky home. You could see some kind of cool plays with this, and once you use this card, it gets discarded. Once it ends up healing you, right, you eat the berry. So we could see some situations where you play this and then another card later on top. I don't know. I'm going to give this one 2.5 right now, but that could be undervaluing it. New supporter card, May. Put 2 random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. For each Pokemon you put into your hand, choose a Pokemon to shuffle from your hand into your deck. So, there's been some talk about the confusion around this card. If you play this card and you had no Pokemon in your hand, does it make you discard the ones you just picked up? Or does it not count those cards? If it doesn't count those cards, this is pretty amazing. If it does count those cards, it's like a Pokemon Communications, but it only works if you... It's just... Okay. If you can play this card without Pokemon cards in your hand, it's a useless card. If you just essentially have to wait until you have cards in your hand, but this is like a 2x version of Pokemon Communications, I don't know. I'm not sold on this card. I'm giving it 2 coin flips. Maybe it's broken. If it works without worrying about anything being in your hand, it could be kind of broken. Otherwise, I don't know, May. I don't know if it's gonna be, May. Sorry for that joke. Moving on to Marlin, heals 70 damage from Caracosta or Jellicent. This is going to entirely depend on how good those 2 cards are. Healing 70 is pretty nice, but we've had cards like Malo and stuff like that. There are cards like this. I'm going to guess this is fine, and it's going to be 2 coin flips. Next, Lycia. Supporter, put 2 random basic Pokemon with 50 HP or less from your deck into your hand. This feels incredibly good. Depending on how you build your deck, you can specifically isolate certain cards that you want with this, this could be a very, very strong supporter. You are drawing, just like Professor Oak, I mean, you are drawing with this. You are drawing 2 cards and putting them directly into your hand. And since they're basic Pokemon, you can play them almost immediately if you have bench space. This feels like a great card. 4 coin flips out of 5. Next, we have some of the cool art and other cards that we've seen. We have Growlithe. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it means we have Arcanine, maybe a new Arcanine EX. I'm not sure. Dig Claws, 20 damage, 70 HP. Not too bad. Kind of an annoying retreat cost. 3 coin flips. Flaffy, it's 1 energy, we think maybe for 40 damage, could be 2. Either way, you're not going to see a ton of this, I don't think. And it doesn't do anything else. 1 coin flip. Next, we have Hydreigon, 150 HP, the ability Roar in Unison, where you can take 2 dark energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. If you do that, you deal 30 damage to it, but the amazing thing with this is Hyper Ray costs 3 energy, so it's easy to power up, but this also can be something that actually generates dark energy for cards like Tyranitar, so this could be a really, really cool card. I'm excited about this one. I'm going to give this one 4 coin flips. Lilligant, 80 HP, 2 energy to deal 50 damage with Smack. Who cares? The big thing about this card, Toughness Aroma. Each of your grass Pokemon get plus 20 HP as its ability, and it should stack. So you could have plus 40 HP for all of your grass. Like, this card's cool, man. This card could be really good in a lot of grass decks. I'm excited to see even something like a Meowscarada deck, where you're just digging through your deck. Sprigatito helps you find your cards. You power up a ludicrously strong Meowscarada. Like, this could be really good. Oh, how many coin flips? 4 coin flips. And finally, Aegislash. Aegislash, 140 HP. The real cool thing about this, Cursed Metal. Attacks used by your Psychic Pokemon and Metal Pokemon do plus 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. There are so many situations where this could be really powerful. Of course, you need to get Aegislash online, which is a stage 2, but you can imagine this being sort of the Greninja of Psychic or Metal decks. I mean, thinking of Psychic, right? If you have a single Aegislash on your bench, all of a sudden, a card like Sylveon even is doing 100 damage for 2 energy, and it's pretty easy to find this Pokemon at this point. So I'm excited to see this one. This one is also 4 coin flips for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think is going to be powerful? What do you think I got right? What do I got wrong? Let me know. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all soon. We did it.